Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Heavy Metals of Honor, episode 7. It's your boy Blaine Bent. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So yeah, man, today we got a nostalgic episode, right? Um, I got some of my favorite cards ever in life. The shit's to drop when? The 21st of November for the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 of these bad boys. It's right on time. Yeah, I got 3 of these bad boys. And oh yeah, we could definitely map it out. Yeah. And today, I just felt like creating some content. It's been a while. You know, I had to get a couple of things, in motion and play. Happy holidays to everybody. It's been quite the year. We're already at the end of it. Yeah, man. So, for me, Yu-Gi-Oh, man, I've been playing this shit for a long time. Um the OG Yu-Gi-Oh is classic, of course, but Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds I felt like was my calling card. Like that's definitely how I've maneuvered through life. And Yusei Fudo, the guy that I actually made a couple of songs off of, like Stardust Dragon, which is one of his ace cards, um, and Yusei Go, which is his dual runner, which ta-da! You feel me? My girl got that for me for like an early birthday present. My birthday is on the 29th. So I was like, man, like I need like an aesthetic for my desk. You know what I'm saying? And it's a rare item. I mean, this shit was like from like 2009, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So, very one of one. And yeah, I got I had to do it up, from the AirPod case, digi case to the debt box, you feel me? So, yeah, man, the whole, synchronizing and evolving, all of that, two different worlds, Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh, but the tactics and the synchronicity is all the same. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just hop right into it. We got, see here, hold on 1 second. So yeah, freaking, we'll open this shit up. I probably should get a legit knife or something, but yeah. And you know what I'm saying? The discipline you gotta have to even wait this long to get, you know what I'm saying, these cards, like, it's crazy. Word. So, huh? Oh, the TV. Yeah, we multitasking today, but it's all good. It's all love. We here. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, you know, I had to get him in 3 because you know what I'm saying, like how you play this game, at least to be competitive. um you're gonna have to get 3 copies of cards, and to increase your chances of you know what I'm saying, just having and finding that card. So figure to just, you know what I'm saying, get them all out there. Nice, that was a clean cut. I'm saying? Like bongski. So yeah, like essentially, let me see. Everything Gucci, everything Gucci. So I'm saying like Blackwing over here. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing it like the streets, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's your brick, here's your brick. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. So, plus, you feel me? I had ordered these the other day. You know what I'm saying? These the holographic card protection. You know what I'm saying? So, I have like a ritual I do where I gotta have fresh sleeves, for fresh cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, gotta come prepared type shit. Feel me? Let's see, you say shit right here. Yeah, man. I drop music all year. A lot of people asking me like, yo, how you been? How's the music? I haven't seen or heard from you. Life's busy for everybody, so chances are they probably didn't see it, but nah, man, we still here putting up shots on the board, still grinding. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of living your life and I had lost some family members this year. That was kind of crazy. You feel me? And shit. Everybody grieved different. You feel me? Everybody grieved different. So and I want to take my time with this shit too. I don't want to be so aggressive with it because it's definitely a delicacy. Feel me? I even got some One Piece vibes over here as well. A transponder snail and all that. We'll get into that. Been watching a lot of One Piece. Like, shit is crazy, yo. And I love the fact that, when you get up there in age and wisdom, like, a lot of things that you would have seen back then as a kid, you probably would have just watched it for, like, who's strong or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably wouldn't pick up on the lessons like that, but One Piece, what I could respect about it, like, they drop a lot of gems, man. OD. So, it's really an amazing show. And a lot of the stigma is like, yo, like that shit got 1,000+ episodes. Like, who's gonna watch that? And it's like, yo, like, to be honest, I think COVID and just for anybody that feel like the movies and the gaming industry kind of like, just didn't really pique your interest like how it used to back then. Times changed. You know what I'm saying? We got social media and just a lot of entertainment out there for everybody to consume. So again, like, it's understandable for people to miss out, but for me it was like, yeah, man, nothing was really popping or grabbing my attention like that. And I started watching it like probably I've seen episodes back then, but not in order. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I might have to cut this. It's not trying to. So it's like to watch it, and then my friend, I can't even continue because my brother, fucking Anthony Wade, aka August Waters, aka the one with Chaos. You know, the man behind the genius of Fetch Me Their Souls, which dropped, you know, Halloween. Yeah, he had put me on to One Piece. He put me on to a lot of my favorite shit. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? So shout outs to him. Hey. We got the car, you know. Wow, we have the car. Yeah. And people be like, oh my god, like this dude's playing with toys, like kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna always like, you know, have an affinity for Yu-Gi-Oh! And anything I like for the matter. And yeah. I don't know if that works that way. I think I might have to put it that way, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna figure out. Feels very shaky, but we'll put it. We'll put it in front like that. Yeah, son. Yeah, man, freaking, you know, it's crazy. I know I started with the action figure first. I'm just so hyped to have it that it's like I'd rather just do this and just talk with you guys. But yeah, man, shit's been crazy, yo. You know, trying to balance everything. You know, making music and life, being in a relationship. You know, trying to figure out like what plays to make. You know, for the upcoming years. And yeah, just I see a lot of people using AI, you know, more than ever now. I see a lot of people using AI, you know what I'm saying, to make music, to make artwork. And they got my guy Yusei, my son Yusei. Or he can stand by the whip type shit. He can stand by the whip. You know, to be honest, like as a artist, like I rather write the rhymes and vocally perform it. But for others that, you know, used to be artists once upon a time, or they want to get bread, or, you know, make music for them, like, you know, it's like whatever rocks with you, you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, and you know, that's how you want to be represented out here. And I mean, everybody's gonna say something about anything, you know, like people. I knew people was gonna come at me with, you know, all the AI talk, because, you know, a lot of people can hear, you know, certain influences from like you know, people that I rock with, look up to, or listen to a lot over the years. Um Either way, you know, as long as you're doing what you love doing, and you're creating, and you're getting at, you know, you're getting to a point where you're at a high level doing it, I mean, more power to that. It'll never be the same though, you know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't really, like people could make the argument that like you can compete, you know, human versus AI. I mean, we made the shit after all. It's getting information that we give it to be what it is. But all right, so boom. So whoo. Huh? Oh, the thing. Yeah, I wish I had the backdrop on this that it could just stay. I figured out, I don't know how to like Lock it. Lock screen. Ha. Be polite. Lock screen. So yeah, man. I know I got 3 decks here. You got Blackwing, you got Akiza, you know, for the plant build, Black Rose Dragon, and you got my man Yusei Fudo with the tuners, the synchros. I mean, you know, every deck could have tuners and synchros, but he's basically the protagonist of the show. I modeled my deck after him, so we'll just set these decks aside. You know what I'm saying? I got some cards in the mail. I told you I came prepared today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this, man. Do this. So yeah, like you know, you see the mat and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. I got probably like I usually run 40. I usually run 40. I think that's like probably mixed with my side deck and my other synchro cards. I also got a binder that I just bought. You know what I'm saying? To I guess put the cards in the sleeves when I'm ready, type shit. You know what I mean? But yeah. So put these up top. I can open this. Damn. A flop right there. Shit showed my address. Gotta probably clip that out somehow. Alright, so being that I just did that, like how would I be able to cut it out? Like in the clip? Alright, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The camera's rolling. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens, but you gotta be aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. Where'd I put the thing? Where'd I put the thing? Yeah. Oh, there it is. So, like, in this game, in the meta format, like, it's kind of messed up because damn near it feels like half your deck has to go towards like countering your opponent and kind of preventing them from getting their shit off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to. I mean, you know, if this gets ads or whatever, people find it, and you know, I'm gonna be doing me. You know what I mean? I don't know what the restrictions are, but I'm gonna just talk my cash shit. You know, that's y'all here for me anyway, talking this shit. So yeah, so you know, a lot of the times, you know, you want to have, you know, countermeasures, you know, preventing your opponent from getting into combos that can get very annoying to just watch. And you know, it's like damn near they can kill you in one turn, or the moment like it's turn 1 and it's over for them, but they lock the board. It's like if you didn't even have anything in your hand to prevent it from happening, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough. And you know, with a deck like this, not many people play it or run it, you know, because it'd be the typical, you know, like protagonist, you know, like there's other decks out there that compete at like an extreme high level. But, you know, I think the 3 decks that I've made was you know, I had an early elemental hero deck. I had a dark magician deck back then, but the main three that I ran from Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's was Yusei Fudo, Crow, which is the Blackwings right here, and their friend Callan, I think that was his name. He had the Infernities, you know, Infernity Archfiend, etc. So, you know, it's crispy. I got 3 Imperm, feel me? Alright, so uh should I turn the mic this way to talk to it? Yeah. Alright. So we got Full Speed Warrior, right? Scrap Synchron, Synchro Fellowship. This is the ace card for the deck. We got Junk Warrior Extreme. We got Scrap Warrior. And I mean, it's just crazy. Like, you got Anchor Bolt, Crossroad Chick, One Way Synchro. So, let's see what else is in here. 2 Valor. You see what I'm saying? These cards right here, Valor, Ash Blossom, people run those cards to, you know, I mean, the Valor kind of goes with the Yusei deck, but the Ash Blossom, people be running 3. I run 3. And, you know, it's just to negate, you know what I'm saying, to help you, you know, cut through whatever they're trying to activate to search a card. See, you got these cards too, you know, you can negate, you know, from the grave, banish it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think this one, send any cards to the field of the hand to the grave, choose that many effect monsters your opponent controls, and until the end of the turn, their attack is halved. Okay. So I mean, you know, Synchro Zone. Neither player can direct attacks with or except synchro monsters. Okay, and then yeah, they got the imperm, like I was telling you about. You know, for me, I like to get shinies. I like to get hollows. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, that's just my thing. That's just my thing. Junk Speeder, we have him already, but you know, he basically is the combo extender. You know, the Ace Stardust Dragon, you know, Excel Stardust, you know, the classic Formula Synchron. I mean, yeah, this is the Yusei Fudo style build. The main cards that, you know, we were hunting for was mainly the new ones that are available. You got 8 new ones that are available. I'm gonna put this to the side. Um and you know what's crazy is that uh you know, back then, yo, like back then, like I never used to collect more than the same card. I used to have like a whole bunch of unique, you know, cards. And you know, the more I played people, the more I realized, like, damn, like they got 3 Dark Magician, damn, they got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, damn, they got 3 Call It a Hundreds. Like, motherfuckers was just carrying 3s everything they could. Obviously, still following the ban list at the time, you know, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I never really ran 3 of anything. Like, every card I was trying to depend on for like its own use, you know, but I quickly understood that like you want to boost the ratio of how many times you see that card. You don't want to be, you know, scrambling trying to figure out when you're going to pull that card. You know what I'm saying? If you can figure out how to, you know, cut through the deck that you have, that's why they recommend that you know, you keep it at 40. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But essentially, man, you know, my girl copped the 3-pack ski. You feel me? And yeah, like life is good. You know, I'm a simple man, you know, like I used to be in tournaments a lot, used to play in college a lot, you know. There's a car shop downtown, I think called the Cantrip that you know, people really play competitive out there and you know, I just want to get in on the action and you know, I just felt like it's like, you know, I needed to upgrade before I could just pop out. You know what I'm saying? I need to word. So yeah, man, the synchros are here. You know, I got all of these pretty much. I don't run everything you see here. This is like a standard deck. Like nowadays, you know, people don't really run trap cards unless, you know, it's, you know, trap cards like this that you could either activate from your hand or if it's placed on the field. And I think it has various effects, you know what I'm saying? From whichever you choose. But yeah, that's the Yusei build. Um, we could open the extra cards that come in here. Let's see what's going on with that. You know, I know your favorite rappers in the world is getting bodied by a guy that plays Yu-Gi-Oh, by a guy that plays Pokemon, Digimon, by a guy that, you know, is fearlessly himself, you know what I'm saying, in all his rhymes and reasons. Yeah, life is literally that simple. You can get washed up. Um, and you know, at the same time, it's a sport. You know, it's fun. It's fun. It's not that serious. The music might feel serious and sound serious because that's the intent I give it and put into it. But overall, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time doing what I do. And that goes to anybody that, you know, has a hobby. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and look, music is also my job too, but I'm not gonna act like, you know, I'm printing out mad songs a day like everybody else. Like I already did that. In fact, people are trying to copy or catch up to that blueprint that was like already exploited with cats like me and you know some cats locally and a few in the industry that you know just knew how to prime their audience. You know what I'm saying? And they fearlessly did that. You know, even if they had like when I put shit out, like sometimes it's not always mixed and mastered, but it's close enough to where you can, you know, throw that in the ride, and then when I get to it, I upgrade it. So you know, they got the Stardust Dragon. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your Stardust. You know what I'm saying? And they got the Black Rosie, the Rosie. You feel me? And they, you know, got the Blackwing. So you know, that's already clean. You know what I'm saying? That's already good, bro. And then you got your token cards, man. Classic, classic, classic. So yeah, man, we just gonna case him up, talk about strategy, life. You know, this is my first time doing like I mean, I've opened a booster box of cards before, but I was in the mall that day and it was just a different setup. You know what I mean? Different vibe. Um, you know, these cards right here. Like I said, I can't wait. Can't wait to test them out. You feel me? Trying to see something too. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they do fit. Brr, 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 brr. Yeah, so you know, any pro player loves to I mean my sleeves crazy work. Oh, it was the card. So yeah, my sleeves. I don't know if you could see it, but I got the Stardust sleeves itself. Now you might say, yo, like it looked fresh to see it like that. I agree, but you know, I bought a nice color rainbowish tint to go over those sleeves to protect those sleeves to keep them clean. You know what I'm saying? Every true card player would tell you like that's also an important aesthetic to have. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, um Yusei Fudo, man, like it's just I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. You know, I really can't wait to lock in and showcase some of my talents. You know, I got certain ways to get to the combos I need to pull off and uh yeah, like it's just it's gonna be a learning curve, you know what I'm saying? Like because when you got a new deck and a new engine, you're gonna have to test out like how many copies of cards do you need really? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna get tight. It's already tight right now. Dead ass. It's already tight right now. Like I gotta way how I gotta organize this shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep the monsters with the monsters. You know, we're just gonna do it old school. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gonna realize like I got no trap cards in this deck. And that's something I learned very early playing this type of deck, right? Like it's about speed. It's also about pivoting. Like knowing when to pivot your combo. Knowing when to you know what I'm saying? Like if if the way how the board is looking on the field, right? It's looking like you getting blocked up. You know, you want to be able to have um a chance to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to be able to defend yourself and you know figure out okay, like sometimes it may be risky, right? But what I'll do to protect my hand if I have a weak hand and I'm really trying to bet it on the next card, like I'll take the life points. I'll get hit. You either got the option to game me right there, or if you let me live, all of those life points hopefully was worth that next card. I can't tell you how many times I reverse games that way, but it's very risky. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know your deck, you got to know your luck, you got to believe in your own luck, and that's with anything in life. Like I said, this shit ain't about sponsorship. I'm in my crib, I'm in my zone. I'm really about to craft some next level shit with this right now. You feel me? You know, like yeah, yo. So, like I said before, it's tough because I got a lot of I got a lot of key cards, right? I got a lot of key cards that um it's like with the cards that I just got now, I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. So, uh, You know, for the ones that I instinctively know to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like for moves that I know I want to continue doing, that's what I'm gonna case up. You know, I can give you a little brief history on what it is I'm casing up. So right now we got 3 tuning, right? And it's crazy, like every card in my deck has a story to tell because I've had this deck since 2011. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, turning 2026. I've had this for a mad long time. Of course, cards that didn't come out obviously are changed and whatever. Like I replaced shit over time, but the same style, the Yusei Fudo style. I mean, Yusei got various forms on how to play it, right? You could center the deck around Junk Warrior. You could center it around Stardust. You could center it around other synchro support cards that have a nuanced way of getting you to your combo. And like I stated earlier, we live in an era now where not only do you have to run doubles and triples of cards that come in clutch, but you need to run in like the countermeasures. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my girl named Ashley, you know what I mean? So I run the Ash Blossom, you know what I'm saying? I run that shit. I think I run like 3. So any problem that an opponent got for me, they gotta run a 3 of her. You feel me? But nah, like backstory backstory on tuning. One of these tunings, I was in a tournament back in Atlanta in Georgia Tech University. I think it was like the MomoCon or something like that. And I got pretty far. I got to the finals. I had played this kid that he just was more of an advanced player. Plus the deck that he ran was also synchros, just in a different way. I mean, this game, it does cost some bread if you really trying to play competitive for real and have everything you need, all the resources. Again, at that time, like I was getting hip to the whole 3 copies thing, but I didn't really have paper like that to get 3 copies. You know what I'm saying? So I was hoping that, if I won the tournament, the deck box that they had was gonna have a tuning, it's somewhere in one of those booster packs in that box, and then I would have been happy because I think at the time I only had 2. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, I mean shit. I lost to the guy. My hand was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, like I bricked. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, like the pressure, everybody like over your shoulder, like, yo, what's gonna happen? Like, we think of like a college classroom where like, it's a big classroom and we're like way up at the top. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to start from the bottom and work your way up, in the finals. And yeah, man, I lost twice to him, man. Like I thought my second round was better than my first because I bricked my first round. The drawback with this deck is that if you pull a hand of all your tuners, it's like some tuners can go after certain cards, but you either, like I said, bluff and make the opponent be like, okay, why didn't he put anything down? Like, is he waiting for me to attack? If I attack, like, is he gonna special summon something? Like, is something gonna trigger or happen? So usually on the first turn with some etiquette, a lot of people, they'll set one and then place 2 face down, keep you guessing, and protect themselves in the process. Whole time you just needed that moment to breathe and pull a card. And I think back then everybody could pull 6. Now whoever goes first, you got to rock with your 5. Whoever goes second, they can pull their 6th card. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. Like, just the game, small nuance shit like that definitely recourses the game. So yeah, second my second play, I'm trying to make moves, but he's countering it. Then I bricked up, didn't have a good recovery, and yeah, man, he got me. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yo, like I, I don't understand, because it's like I've seen you play, and like everybody was cheering you on. Like you came out of the crazy reversal with the cloud type Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I forgot the names. I don't know if it was Cloudians or it was some type of card where it was new around that time, or the archetype of the deck. It was new around the time, and I just did some like TV show shit where you know what I mean. I just had it going in my way, and but nah, like dude, literally, I was like, man, it is what it is. Good game, GG's. I was trying to get the tuning, for the tournament. If you want to trade, like I got cards too, and he was like, oh, like that's what you was, in here for the whole time. Like, nah, like that shit's not even in what we were playing for. Like that was in a whole other separate box, like booster box. So I was like, damn, like I done climbed through the ranks for that one card, really to just pull it. I probably would have got like an ultra rare or super rare or some shit. And man, like he just gave me a card out of his deck. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Yu-Gi-Oh community right there. It was a Vietnamese cat. You know what I'm saying? Like Buddy was just, that was some super official shit he did for me, man. We took a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dope. So yeah, a lot of these cards, you know what I'm saying, are from an older time that I might have limited now, or because new things are in play, and you know um certain cards, yeah, they just hold a value to me. You feel me? But you know, like I said, I'm just casing up right now. You feel me? So far, like I said, we got the 3 tunings. Then we got the three synchro overtake. I might limit this to 2 because we got other cards, or I could keep it at 3 and see how it go. Monster Reborn, you got a free special summon from either opponent, your graveyard or your opponent's. Like it's always been a classic. It's been banned, back then, but we got it. That's, I think, still in play today. So that's Gucci. One Harpy's Feather Duster. I think this is the original print. Again, like I'm a guy of rare taste, rare shiny taste. I like the artwork and the shiny shit. Arrive in Light. I use this in Master Duel a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's very helpful. You could draw a card if you synchro summon, or you can put one-star dragon tuner or dragon monster at the top of your deck to pull it. This goes hand in hand with tuner, converging wills dragon. You know what I'm saying? So usually you activate this, you got the option to activate one of the effects where you can find something like this. The TV again. It's crazy work. I think you know what, babe? You could just let me go to the YouTube. You think that's a better option? Yeah, let's go to YouTube. How we looking at the in the video footage so far, we Gucci? 44 minutes. All right. Oh no. Well, oh nah. Nah, I don't understand why it's doing that. Unless I hit the max. Unless I hit the max, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like you do all of this work And then, you know, stuff like that happens and you don't realize. But either way, uh um, damn, why do I feel like I don't even it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I not even finding? It's so weird, right? It's like they updated to do that shit over and over. Nah, we don't need that in the background now. So yeah, like, you know, um, so my camera up here kind of negated out, but look, we're just gonna cook with what we got going on. So yeah, like, you know, I'm pretty much casing up the important cards that I know for sure. You know, we got Bombaras. We got you know, like, part of why I think I love playing the Yusei build so much is because the win is unexpected, because it's like, okay, like, who's really gonna take that archetype or style serious? You know, you got a lot of competitive players out there. I mean, I've faced some crazy opponents in my lifetime, bro. I had people show up to my house looking for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Back when I was in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yo, I heard about you type shit. You feel me? Like, it's kind of funny. Like, and you know, the community. I mean, I used to skateboard. You know, that was a thing. We would play, you know, behind Walgreens. We'll play skateboard, or you know, play on the crates, ollie over the crate, or huddle up playing the game. Real player shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Um, but yeah, like, the deck, it's just fire to me. Like, everything about the game, like, it's just fire to me. It's like chess to me, honestly, because you know, you just thinking ahead. You thinking ahead. You making sure you on point with whatever decision you about to make. You know what I'm saying? And like, it would just be fire. You know, I even got the dual disc down here. You know, I don't know if y'all have seen that in my other uh videos where I was, you know, talking about it and whatnot, but nah, man, this shit is gas. You know, yeah. You know, and I know for a fact people probably um be like, damn, like, you know, for such a video like this, you know what I'm saying? I might keep the long form, right? Keep the long form for people that want to just chop it up with me, build with me, conversate with me, and then chop it up for you, uh, you know, so you could just get to the plays of how to go about it and stuff like that. But essentially, yeah, man, I'm building with the fans today. You know what I'm saying? You guys get to like dive into my world and what I'm into, and it's as simple as just playing cards, listening to some good music, making some good music. Feel me? Yeah. And I know it looks so unorganized right now. I'm trying to like keep it together, I swear. Believe it or not, like I could still process, you know. Yeah. So, like I said, we dropped mad songs this year. We created a lot of content. Um, it was definitely me picking moments, in time to release effectively. Um, Shout outs to all my viewers on SoundCloud. I really appreciate you guys. Because you know, it's it's been the only honest platform to me, you know. Like people are commenting and it's really dope, man. Like there's no other way to say it. Like all right, so I got, you know, however I was playing this game, we got extra cards that we got to consider, you know what I'm saying? So in what I would use to run, we have to like consider some changes, which is always the toughest part, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to keep shit at 40, 40. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like it's a whole other challenge to keep that shit, you know what I'm saying, leveled out. Like you won't be able to rely on certain things like Regeki, right? I think you could run Regeki at 2, but the thing about it is like, you know what I'm saying, if you got cards that could already destroy all cards on the field, you might think that's pointless to really add if because that's just you play a card, you lose the card, you know what I'm saying? Like you can make the other person lose mad monster cards, but it's like anybody could negate anything, so it's like you either could bait somebody to negate this just to protect your monster with an effect that could negate somebody, which would then in turn destroy theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's a clutch card though. It's up there with Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, or Feather Duster, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force. But people don't run Mirror Force because you gotta wait to be attacked in order to activate it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people will just destroy before they attack. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you play spells, it's right away. You know what I'm saying? But I still gotta figure out if we need it like that. You know what I mean? So let's see what the number is right now. Damn, these sleeves feel so good too. It's kind of crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28. All right, crazy. 28. Okay, so all right, so you know, I'm not gonna worry about the synchros just yet, because that's a whole other beast. I gotta figure out which way I'm gonna go. But no, these are fire. Yeah, we'll just put that over here. We already know it's fresh. We already know. Now we definitely gotta make a sacrifice for 3Ds. So we're gonna say Jet, Servant, Doppel, right? I'm gonna give up these. It's crazy. The Diddy doc is all over the place. 50 Cent is a madman, but I rock with him. You know, it is what it is. I see a lot of people defending the diddler, and it puzzles me, but you know, it is what it is. And it's crazy because, hip hop um birthed so many artists, and it's like for that to be the stain that it is um on the legacy, it's just, I know people hate to see it. It's hard to watch, absolutely. But, we need people like 50 Cent to point it out. People be too afraid to speak their mind on how they feel, and I guess rightfully so. Like, we live in a world where a lot of the inverse or the perverted things is what gets promoted. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, it just feels like we've been outnumbered, like in a way. So it's like when the pendulum swings on the side of justice or righteousness to, make sure that people get their justice, um, you know, that's something to root for. Absolutely. You feel me? Absolutely. But people gonna do whatever they gotta do online for clout or the clicks. There's other agendas to it now, so it's like, you know what I mean? Just enjoy the show. For real. All right. So Synchro Fellowship. We definitely seen this in action on some gameplay I've watched on YouTube. It states add 2 monsters from your deck to your hand, one junk synchron and one monster that mentions junk warrior or stardust dragon. Then discard your one card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one synchro monster you control, reduce this level by 1. Then you can normal summon one synchron monster during your main phase. This turn, in addition to your normal summon set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only activate one Synchro Fellowship per turn. So this is fire. Like, this is engine support right here to just go through the cards that I need. Alright. So 3 of those. Alright, what's the next thing? Alright, so we got Full Speed Warrior. I'm debating if I should have 2 of these guys or 3. We can read what it says. It says monsters you control that mention Junk Warrior or are a synchro monster with warrior in their original name gain 900 attack during your battle phase only. Okay, that's fine. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one junk synchron or one spell trap that mentions junk warrior from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effective full speed warrior once per turn. And there you have it. That's why we need 3. So I'm gonna give Twin Twister uh Boost Warrior. And another Doppel. I don't really think I'm gonna need Doppel, but I know that full speed is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be L. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Let me know in the comment section what any of your favorite songs might be from me. Or what did you like me putting out this year? You know, we went at a large portion of the rap game. You know what I'm saying? And we're chilling, playing cards about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come clean them up. You feel me? Um, you know, and I did a lot of things ahead of time, and I don't really like talking too much about my plans because I know people in the internet. I like to, you know, share things when they're in its completion. Um, and for the people that, you know, I trust with private music, at its earlier stages, um, they'll always get the exclusives. So if you want to be a part of that community, uh, reach out on social media or comment on the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I might even set up like a Patreon. Even it's probably the more appropriate way to go about it. But yeah, man, how you guys feel about, you know, the state of music? Because it's like it just seems like it's just dry, you know. The whole like we're not on the charts thing, it's like whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still hip hop is still on the charts. It's just they're trying to say it a certain way from like an artist perspective. But as far as like the elements and the instrumentation, like hip hop is still on the charts. I'm not sure what people are talking about. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 34. All right, 34. Okay. What? For sure. For sure. Um, we got Scrap Synchron. Now, Scrap Synchron. Let's read Anchor Bolt, and we got Crossroads Sonic Chick, which I think we might only need one of her, or if any. Like I just like her because of the nostalgia, but it has to be effective. Like I'm trying to be effective. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to be super effective. Um, like see, I don't even have. Hold on, the Ash Blossom. I don't know if I want to keep the two or the three yet. Okay, so Scrap Synchron states for a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any Synchron tuner. Okay. You can only use each of the following effects of Scrap Synchron once per turn. If you Synchro summon a monster that mentions a Synchron tuner's material, this card can be also used in your hand. If a monster or monsters you control that mentions Junk Warrior or a Synchro monster with Warrior in its original name, would it be destroyed by battle or card effect? You can banish this card from the field or graveyard. So that's fire. That's fire. I think I could probably go for two. Cause yeah, I didn't even add Revolution Synchron or any of these guys. Um, might not even have Synchron Carrier either, cause I got the full speed. Alright, so I'll try it out at 2. I don't know if I really need it like that because I like Jet, but I like the whole scrapyard scarecrow or scrap iron scarecrow look. The fact that they made it a monster is pretty unique. I like that. Okay. Then the next one is let's put that in there so we can know it's already. Oh, it's upside down. But yeah, like music. It's for me. I've been just allowing it to lead me to the direction of how it wants to be like created. I might write a couple bars down or write something down that was interesting from like days ago, months ago, whatever. And then it's like when I'm ready to, write a song, I reference my notes. I see what I, put down. If it's current to me to use, I'm able to plug it in. But, it's definitely not a rush thing. All right. So says for Anchor Bolt Hedgehog, um if you control a junk warrior or a monster that mentions it except Anchor Bolt, and this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card in defense. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Synchro monsters. You can only use this effect of Anchor Bolt once per turn. So if you control Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, okay, except Anchor Bolt Hedgehog, right? And this guy is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So the old one was like if a tuner monster is on the field, it can come back from the graveyard. This one is if you control a Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, this guy's in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon defense. Also, you can. Okay, so this is fire because it doesn't get banished. Yeah, the other shit got banished, but it was holographic. They should have made this holographic. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I think we could try it out as a tech card. You know what I'm saying? We could try it out as a tech card. Give it a sleeve. We'll give it a sleeve. It's tough because you know it's like yeah, it's cool because it's new, but the shit better like live up to what I mean, the promise of why we need that shit. You know what I'm saying? So non hollow ass. Yeah, man. Just I mean, crazy enough though, I got hollow cases. So, shit already hollow anyway. Crazy. All right. Crossroads Sonic Chick states if a tuner is sent to the graveyard or your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Okay. If there was if it was there when the monster was sent or hand, even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then if Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it except this card is on the field, you can change all monsters your opponent controls. I think something ended. Huh? This one? I don't know why it does that. Oh, cause it's too hot. I don't know how. What is it getting too hot from? All right, well, whatever. If a tuner is sent to the graveyard during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If it was there when a monster was sent or a hand, even if not, but banish it when it leaves this field. Then if a junk warrior or a monster that mentions it except this card is on the field, you can change all monsters with your opponent's control with 1900 or more attack to defense. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except single monsters. Okay. So the tuner is sent to the graveyard during the damage step. You can special summon this card from the graveyard. If was, I mean, hmm, I think I'm gonna fall back on this one. This is the part where you be like, "What you think, chat?" But not it's a desktop video. All right. So I think with Crossroads Sonic Chick, I'm gonna just try it out in Master Duel whenever they can freaking get the cards online. Okay. Okay. Like I'm gonna try it out then, but I'm thinking what I know I can do right now with the power I have right now. So that's what I'm going for. One way synchro. Take one level 1 tuner from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it. If you control Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it and this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So I mean, this is cool. I like how Yusei's bike is in here. That's swag. We definitely don't need three of them. That's for sure. One, it's like I don't know when I got Big Worm Imperm right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Worm need his money by Friday from Smokey. You feel what I'm saying? This is a Smokey hand right here. You know what I'm saying? One way synchro. You know, one take one level 1 tuner from your deck or graveyard. You know, if I use the Effect Veiler, then I get Effect Veiler back. I could see it that way. That way, Effect Veiler could negate. Um, yeah, I mean, Jet Synchron, Converging Wills Dragon, Scrap. I mean, I don't know. Probably not feeling the one way when I know I could be in trouble if I don't have other things in play. Tuning has always been a card that uh you just have to consider for a Yusei deck because that extra pull is everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. And this is where I'm torn. Yeah, this is where I'm torn because all of these are great cards to have and pull, but you gotta know what you need and what you're going for. One, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it's like 37. $38. And Synchro Rumble. Yeah. Crimson Dragon. Stardust Illumination. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Ash. Like I was saying before, I love running 3. I love running 3, but it's like I gotta figure out what I really need. Oh, Milo, hush. I got my dog being extra back there, man. Yeah, I got 2 of each, it seems. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I don't really run traps, but something gotta give in a way. I gotta figure out what, though. You know, how much do I really need scrap? Synchron is the question. Word. Mm, you know, Revolution. I might do one. Yeah, I might go one. Keep Revolution. Revolution is fire. That this shit right here is like when I pull off the combo for Junk Speeder, whether he's in the grave, my hand, or coming out from Speeder, he's definitely been clutch. So we'll add him. Yeah, I got these one offs, man. These one offs, these interchangeable one offs. It's, you know, yeah. Um, okay, and then my girl doing the serious yawns. The yawn ski. The yawn ski. Shit. I mean, it might take me a while. It might take me a while to really say it. I know it's a video, just like prep. But yeah, man. This is a part of deck building. What time we at right now? 118. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 38. Need 2 cards. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no Regeki. You feel me? I got Harpy's Feather Duster. But I got no Regeki. I'ma have to throw Regeki in there, bro. Old habits die hard. You know what I'm saying? A quick board wipe. And the thing is, truthfully, a lot of things negate anyway these days. But again, we're going for like supreme victory. And so, like 3 junk synchrons, 3 full speed warriors. I got a junk converter. Discard 1 tuner and add 1 synchron monster from your deck to your hand. So I feel like I need 3 of those on God. But like it's tough because there's other cards in here. And this what makes you feel like you should take it to like 45. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's like you need. I mean, you can set it at whatever you want, really. Send one Stardust from your deck to your graveyard. If you do, Stardust Dragon. Instead, you can banish this card from your graveyard. One Stardust monster. See, this is a clutch card. This is definitely a clutch card. And then on your mark, your set is from your deck to yeah. is Speed World shit right here. So yeah, I bought 3 in perm, but I'm like hesitant on, you know, what to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like Effect Veiler is saucy. Let me just put a imperm in here. Like people gonna have imperm. Like You know what I'm saying? That we know. And then it's like, hold on, we got another one. Another one. Alright, so that's the 3 imperm. Big worm. Yeah. So bummer. My phone died out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 39 and 40 for them perm. Yeah. Word. So, basically, man, I'm gonna drop another video. Where this was definitely like, a deck building situation. Um, you know, it's gonna take some testing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take some serious testing. Um, but I'm excited either way. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as like anybody that want to battle and you in upstate Ithaca, New York, my name is Blaine Bent. You can find me on all streams. Not on every social media, but I am on Instagram and Twitter, or known as X. I'm on TikTok. I got a YouTube. I'm mainly on SoundCloud. You got a lot of exclusive drops that I can't put on the streams that I'll put there on YouTube. So if that's something you're interested in, come holla at me. Uh, yeah, man. Like, shout out to my girl for uh, catering to my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, these cards, I would have copped them for myself anyway. But when you have somebody that take the initiative, you know what I mean, and pay attention to what you like, and it's like whenever she's out in public by herself and she sees something that I could rock, or that she think I would like, you know what I mean, she cop it, or she think about me, you know what I'm saying? So shout outs to Ashley. And yeah, like I got some One Piece stuff that I'm gonna get into as well. So I love y'all. Tap in. I'm gonna be streaming all night. Let's cook.